They say a woman's eyes never lie, and that's true. When she's deeply attracted to you, her words might stay quiet, but her eyes, they tell you everything you need to know. You see, attraction in women often begins long before she ever says a word. It starts in silence, in glances that linger just a moment too long, in the way her pupils widen when you're near, in that small pause when she looks at you and forgets what she was about to say. That's not coincidence, that's instinct. When a woman looks at you with genuine attraction, her gaze carries emotion, not just curiosity. Her eyes soften not in weakness, but in surrender. It's as if her guard lowers just a little, and her feminine energy meets yours without her even realizing it. There's warmth there, a softness that says, "You make me feel safe." Because for women, attraction isn't just physical, it's emotional safety disguised as eye contact. You'll notice it's different from casual looks. A casual glance is brief, almost mechanical. But when she's into you, her gaze holds emotion. It lingers, travels between your eyes and your lips, then back to your eyes again. That's the moment her subconscious reveals what her words are hiding. It's the rawest, most unfiltered form of connection, the kind that speaks straight from the heart. And here's something few men understand. When she's deeply attracted, her eyes don't just look, they invite. It's not about seduction. It's about curiosity. It's her soul quietly asking, "Can I trust you with my softness?" That's why women who feel a genuine emotional pull toward you can't maintain prolonged eye contact without feeling something inside shift. Her heartbeat changes. Her breathing slows. She feels the chemistry as something alive between you. That's also why some women quickly look away the moment you catch their gaze. Not because they're not interested, but because they are. That quick, nervous smile or sudden glance away, it's her body trying to regulate emotions she can't yet express. Her heart says yes, but her mind whispers, "Stay calm." That's the silent battle happening behind her eyes. You might notice that when she's truly drawn to you, her face changes slightly too. The corners of her lips soften, her eyebrows relax, and her whole energy becomes more open, more feminine. She may blink slower, tilt her head slightly, not to seduce you, but to align her energy with yours. It's her subconscious way of saying, "I feel connected." It's amazing how eye contact becomes the language of attraction, because through that one glance, she's telling you how she feels her curiosity, her desire, her comfort, and her fear of being too seen. Eye contact is a bridge, and when it happens between two people who silently want each other, it feels electric. That's not imagination. It's chemistry turning into emotional communication. So, if a woman ever looks at you that way with eyes that hold emotion, warmth and curiosity all at once, don't dismiss it. Don't assume it's nothing. You're seeing a piece of her inner world, a glimpse into her feelings that words could never describe. Because the truth is, when a woman's eyes speak, they never just talk, they confess. Now let's go deeper, because the power of a woman's eye contact isn't just about attraction, it's about energy exchange. When her eyes meet yours, she's not just looking, she's feeling. Women are naturally intuitive. Their eyes are the gateway to that intuition. In that single look, her mind begins to scan for connection, for warmth, confidence, and safety. She's not searching for perfection. She's searching for presence. If she feels your energy is grounded, calm, and centered, her body responds before her mind can even process it. That's when her gaze softens, when she unconsciously leans in, when she smiles without realizing she's doing it. But if she senses uncertainty, arrogance, or distraction, her eyes change instantly. You'll see her guard return. The gaze that once felt open suddenly becomes distant. That's the quiet, invisible dance between masculine and feminine energy. Eye contact works like emotional magnetism. When a woman locks eyes with you and feels safe, her feminine essence awakens. That's why some women blush, laugh nervously, or play with their hair, because that gaze touches something inside them that's hard to explain. It's not lust. It's vulnerability. It's her feminine nature responding to a man who feels present enough to truly see her. Men often underestimate how deep this connection can go. But for a woman, a single moment of genuine eye contact can feel more intimate than hours of conversation. Why? Because it bypasses logic and touches emotion directly. It tells her without words, you're seen, you're understood. And that is what every woman silently longs for, not to be watched, but to be seen. But here's where most men go wrong. They either break the eye contact too soon, or they stare too intensely, trying to control the moment. That ruins the emotional rhythm. Real connection through the eyes is never forced. It's felt. You don't look at her to dominate. You look at her to understand. Your calm gaze tells her, I'm here. You don't need to hide. And when she feels that, something deep inside her relaxes. That's the moment attraction transforms into emotional connection. Think of it like this. The feminine opens through safety, not pressure. When your eye contact says, you're safe with me, her defenses fade. But when it says, I want to conquer you, she'll close off instantly. That's why confident men attract women without saying a word, because their eyes carry peace, not desperation. And remember, eye contact doesn't always mean she's attracted to you physically. Sometimes it's admiration, curiosity, or emotional recognition. But when it is attraction, it feels unmistakable. You'll feel that subtle pull, her glance meeting yours, her eyes lighting up, a brief smile that vanishes almost as quickly as it appeared. That's the secret conversation only two hearts can understand. It's important to meet her gaze with respect. Don't try to decode it too fast. Let the silence breathe. Because often, that pause between two glances carries more meaning than any words you could ever say. When a woman's eyes reveal her attraction, it's her way of saying, you've touched something in me. Don't respond with ego, respond with presence. Eye contact is the feminine's most honest language. And when she uses it, she's showing you the side of her that's real, emotional, and human, the part that only appears when she feels something genuine. Have you ever wondered why just one look can make your heart race, or why you can't stop thinking about someone after a single intense gaze? That's because the human brain responds to eye contact as one of the most intimate forms of nonverbal connection. For women especially, it activates deep emotional centers tied to trust, desire, and empathy. It's not just a glance, it's biology meeting emotion. Psychologically, when a woman holds eye contact, her brain releases oxytocin, the same bonding hormone that makes her feel safe and emotionally connected. That's why when she looks into your eyes and senses warmth, her guard lowers naturally. It's a subconscious signal saying, this person feels familiar. This person feels safe. That's also why she might smile shyly or glance away. It's not disinterest, it's her emotions trying to hide what her eyes just revealed. For a woman, attraction begins where her emotions feel seen. Her mind doesn't fall first, her heart does. Eye contact becomes the first invisible touch, and the way you hold it determines how she feels around you. When you look at her calmly, without pressure or agenda, she senses authenticity. But when your gaze feels hungry, calculated, or restless, she withdraws. Her intuition reads it instantly. The psychology behind it is fascinating. Studies show that when two people share more than 3 seconds of uninterrupted eye contact, their nervous systems begin to synchronize. Their heart rates can literally fall into rhythm. That's why when you're truly drawn to someone, you can feel the silence between you vibrating. It's chemistry, but it's also connection on a psychological level. For women, That moment of connection through the eyes is where emotional attraction begins. Her body softens, her energy opens, and she begins to imagine, what if this man could understand me without me saying a word? What if this is someone I could trust with my emotions? That's the feminine brain, always weaving stories through feeling. Eye contact gives her the first line of that story. But here's something most men overlook. When she's deeply attracted to you, her eye contact will be both intense and shy. It's that push and pull that reveals everything. One moment she meets your gaze fearlessly, the next she looks down with a small smile. That's not confusion, that's vulnerability. She's balancing curiosity with emotional exposure. Her eyes are saying, "You see me more than I expected you to." That's why the power of eye contact isn't in staring, it's in feeling. You can't fake presence. When your gaze carries peace, confidence, and understanding, she feels it instantly. She might not even know why she feels drawn to you, but she does, because her emotions recognize the safety her logic hasn't yet named. So when you notice a woman looking at you with that quiet intensity, understand something deeper is happening beneath the surface. Her eyes are expressing what her voice can't. Attraction for her isn't about what she sees, it's about what she feels through what she sees. That's the difference between being looked at and being felt. And maybe, just maybe, the reason eye contact feels so powerful is because, for a brief moment, two souls stop pretending and simply recognize each other. So, what should you do when you feel that spark, that quiet electricity in her eyes? The truth is, the right response has nothing to do with words. It's about your energy. When a woman looks at you that way, don't rush to fill the silence. Don't turn away nervously, and don't stare like you're trying to win a challenge. Just breathe. Hold the moment. Let her see that you're comfortable being seen, because that's what confidence truly is, comfort within your own presence. When you return her gaze with calm, steady eyes, you send a silent message that says, "You don't have to hide." And that's powerful because for many women, emotional attraction grows where they feel emotionally safe. If your eyes communicate peace, you instantly become magnetic. You become the calm in the chaos, the energy she instinctively wants to be near. But if you break eye contact too soon, you disrupt the connection before it begins. It's like turning off a light just when the room starts to glow. At the same time, holding it too long can feel invasive, like you're trying to take rather than connect. The key is balance. Look at her the way you'd listen to her soul, with presence, not pressure. Here's what most men don't realize. Women are experts at reading micro-expressions, the tiny emotional signals your face gives off unconsciously. If your eyes are tense, hungry, or restless, she'll feel that energy immediately. But if your expression carries warmth and quiet confidence, she'll mirror that. Her body relaxes, her tone softens, her laughter becomes real. Eye contact has that power, it shapes the emotional rhythm between two people. When her eyes meet yours, notice how the energy shifts. The world fades for a second, it's just you and her. In that moment, she's not evaluating your looks or your status. She's sensing your energy. Does it feel grounded? Does it feel safe? Does it make her want to open up or close off? That's the question her intuition answers in silence. If you want to respond the right way, here's what to do. Don't speak right away. Smile gently, not with your lips, but with your eyes. That's called a Duchenne smile, a real one that comes from emotion, not performance. It tells her, "I see you, and I like what I see." That one expression can do more than 1,000 words. And remember, she doesn't want you to prove yourself in that moment. She wants to feel you. The masculine energy that's calm, patient, and observant creates a silent harmony with the feminine energy that's emotional, intuitive, and open. That's the real power of eye contact. It balances two energies into one shared moment. If you can stay grounded while holding her gaze, she'll trust you more deeply than if you tried to impress her. Because trust doesn't begin with grand gestures. It begins with emotional stillness. The kind that says, "You can be yourself here." So next time you catch her looking at you, don't overthink it. Just hold her gaze gently. Let her eyes tell their story. And let yours reply with warmth. Because sometimes attraction doesn't need words. It just needs a heartbeat, a glance, and a silence that feels like connection. Over time, eye contact becomes more than attraction, it becomes understanding. When a woman keeps looking into your eyes, again and again, she's not just admiring your face, she's learning your emotions. Your eyes tell her things you could never put into words. They tell her when you're calm, when you're distant, when you're real. And once a woman feels she can read you through your eyes, that's when she truly connects. Because women don't fall in love through logic, they fall through feeling. Through the moments that make their hearts soften without warning. Through the gaze that makes them feel noticed without judgment. And eye contact, the real kind, the kind that carries emotion, builds that feeling faster than anything else. When she looks at you often, it's her way of saying she feels safe in your energy. She's not afraid to be seen. Her eyes open up the deeper parts of her trust, her warmth, her care. And once that happens, every shared glance becomes a language only the two of you understand. You'll see it in the little things, the way her eyes search for you across a room, the way she holds your gaze when others look away, the way she smiles softly when your eyes meet in silence. That's emotional intimacy, and it starts with something as simple as presence. Eye contact is the art of staying in the moment, staying in connection, staying grounded even when your heart wants to race. And that stillness tells her something words never could, that she's safe being herself with you. It's also what separates genuine connection from surface-level attraction. Because while looks fade and words can deceive, the eyes don't lie. A woman can sense truth in a man's eyes long before he ever speaks it. That's why the most powerful men aren't loud, they're present. Their gaze says everything without trying too hard. So, the next time you notice that special look from her, don't doubt it, don't rush it, and don't ignore it. Her eyes are revealing something sacred, something she might never admit out loud. Maybe it's curiosity, maybe it's desire, or maybe it's the beginning of something deeper. Whatever it is, understand this. Her eyes are her truth. And if you can meet that truth with peace, with patience, and with quiet strength, you'll create a connection that no words could ever replace. Because in the end, the most powerful love stories begin not with a kiss, not with a confession, but with a single look that said, "I see you." And that's the real magic of feminine attraction. It doesn't shout, it whispers, it doesn't chase, it invites. And it begins the very moment two souls recognize each other through their eyes. If you felt something while watching this, that quiet warmth, that spark of understanding, it's because deep down, you already know how powerful feminine energy truly is. Here on Be Feminine, we explore those silent emotions, the psychology behind attraction, and the beauty of genuine connection. So if you want to understand women not just how they act, but how they feel, make sure to subscribe, stay close, and keep watching. Because here, we don't just talk about love, we feel it.